I know what you're probably thinking. Surgery for $3,000? In Turkey? No way that's legit. Well, let me tell you exactly what I paid for, what I received, and why it was one of the best decisions I've ever made. Because yes, I really did pay just $3,000 for a full surgical experience in Turkey. And no, it wasn't a scam. It wasn't shady. It wasn't rushed. It was professional, safe, surprisingly luxurious, and honestly, life-changing. Let's rewind a bit. I'm from the US, and like many people, I was dealing with a medical issue that wasn't covered by insurance. In my case, it was a septorhinoplasty, a procedure to correct a deviated septum while also improving the external appearance of my nose. In the States, I was quoted just under $13,000, and that was without anesthesia fees, facility fees, or aftercare. The full amount could have reached $16,000 easily. I don't know about you, but I don't have that kind of money lying around. That's when I stumbled across forums and videos from people who had traveled to Turkey for similar procedures. Most of them talked about excellent results, professional care, and most importantly, affordable prices. So I started researching, and researching, and researching. After about a month, I narrowed it down to a clinic in Istanbul that had amazing reviews, full English-speaking staff, and a board-certified ENT specialist with over 15 years of experience. The price? $3,000 all-inclusive. That included pre-surgery consultation and health checks, the full surgical procedure, general anesthesia, one-night hospital stay in a private suite, medications and post-op supplies, 7 days of hotel accommodation, airport pickup and drop-off, a 24/7 English-speaking coordinator. I couldn't believe it. I double-checked the credentials. I read patient reviews, watched YouTube vlogs, messaged people privately who had gone to the same clinic. Everything checked out, so I booked it. And let me tell you, from the moment I landed in Istanbul, I felt like I was being taken care of. A private car met me at the airport. The driver was polite, the car was clean and comfortable, and I was driven straight to my hotel, a 4-star boutique place just a few minutes from the clinic. My coordinator met me there in person, gave me a schedule for the week, and made sure I had her WhatsApp for anything I needed, 24/7. The next day, I met the surgeon. He spent over an hour with me, going over my scans, explaining the procedure, answering all my questions. Honestly, it felt more thorough than any consultation I've had back home. The surgery itself went smoothly. The hospital room was spotless, and the level of care I received was on par with, if not better than, what I'd expect in the US nurses were attentive, warm, and surprisingly fluent in English. I never felt confused or unsafe. I stayed in the hospital for one night. The next morning, I was cleared to return to my hotel and rest. Over the next few days, my coordinator checked in with me daily, brought me extra ice packs, arranged short walks outside, and even helped order food when I wasn't feeling great. At the end of the week, the doctor removed my bandages, did a final check, and gave me full instructions for recovery once I returned home. No hidden fees, no last-minute surprises. Now let's talk about the results. It's been 5 months since the procedure, and I can breathe better than I ever have. My nose looks exactly like the simulation we discussed, subtle, natural, and proportionate to my face. I didn't want anything dramatic, and they respected that. I've also gotten compliments from people who didn't even know I had surgery. That's how good it looks. It just fits my face better now. There were no complications, no infections, just careful healing, patience, and great results. And yes, all of this really did cost $3,000. Flights were extra, of course, but I booked early and paid about $700 round trip. Even with that added, I still saved over $12,000 compared to getting the same procedure done at home. But this isn't just about the money, it's about the experience. In Turkey, medical tourism is taken seriously. They don't just treat you as a patient, they treat you like a guest, a valued guest. Every part of the process is designed to reduce stress and increase satisfaction. From my perspective, it worked. I had zero stress. I felt more like I was on a health retreat than recovering from surgery. Istanbul is a gorgeous city. After day 5, I was well enough to go on short walks, sip tea on a rooftop terrace, and even cruise the Bosphorus. That healing environment, both physically and mentally, made a huge difference. Now, let me address the obvious question. Was I nervous before I went? Absolutely. I had all the same concerns people usually do. What if something goes wrong? What if they don't speak English? What if the clinic isn't legit? That's why I did, so much research. I triple-checked everything. I only looked at internationally accredited clinics with proven track records, and I made sure to speak with real past patients. The bottom line? If you do your homework, the risk is no higher than going to a new doctor in your own country. And here's something else that surprised me. Even after I got home, the follow-up didn't stop. My clinic emailed me weekly for the first month. I had video check-ins at week 2 and week 6. They were genuinely invested in my healing. That's rare anywhere. So, what did I actually get for my $3,000? I got expert medical care, a comfortable and clean facility, a personalized experience, a result I'm proud of, and honestly, a story I'll be telling for years. Would I do it again? 100%. Would I recommend it to others? Only if they're willing to do the research and choose wisely. Turkey isn't a magical solution for everyone, but if you find the right clinic, it really can feel like you're getting first-class treatment for economy prices. If you're on the fence, I get it. This is your health we're talking about. But sometimes the smarter choice isn't the most expensive. It's the one that gives you the most value, the most care, and the best results for your situation. For me, that place was Turkey. And if you're wondering whether it might be right for you too, keep watching. Because on this channel, I'll be sharing more real experiences, detailed guides, and interviews with people who've been through it just like I have. Because yes, I paid $3,000 for surgery in Turkey. And yes, it was absolutely worth it.